Commencing Robeytech broadcast checklist. Computer hardware.
We are go.
Cameras.
Go.
Audio.
Go.
Moderators.
Go for moderators.
Deals.
Deals ready.
Giveaways.
We are go.
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes online.
Zip ties.
You can never have enough zip ties.
Live and broadcast worldwide. This is Robeytech.
Hey, hey, what's up, guys? There we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. I'm in the building. There we go. Birthday is, we got birthday balloons, thanks to Kathy over at Safeway, and we're basically here celebrating today, building a PC, doing all that fun stuff. I can't think of a better way to celebrate my birthday than to actually get to hang out with you guys. So, should be a lot of fun, and yeah, Kat, yeah, she did such a super good job. My wife helped pick them. You know, we didn't want it to be too crazy, but you know what? I have to steal Great Writer. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. D-Matt, thank you for the sub. Rusher, thank you. Mayor, all of you guys already for all of the crazy subs already. And we got Hyte, who will probably be here. I'm guessing Intel will show up. We had Corsair wish me happy birthday. We had Newegg wish me happy birthday. I had Mr. Matt Lee wish me happy birthday. Andy the Lab. We had just a ton of people reach out and wish me a happy birthday. So it was actually pretty special, very humbling to have happy birthdays from such incredible people. And then also for you guys to hang out with me on this. And Mrs. Robeytech is actually in the channel as well. And we just hit a hype train. So, wow, this is already hyped. We got hype across the board and all that sort of stuff. And so, yeah, and I'm super excited to actually have you guys here with me and doing the build as well. So SRT Baltazar, thank you very much. Jay Blue Eyes, thank you for the resub. Gunlauger, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. You guys, I have a feeling this is going to be a big night getting towards that PC giveaway. I'm hoping so, because I would love to make that happen. You guys are all amazing, and I'm super grateful for all of that stuff. And so thank you very much for all the birthdays and all that sort of stuff. We got a good build, and this is going to be part of a new series we're going to be doing as we're going to basically, the build's already set up, but we're going to be trying to make sure with every build that you guys do get to see the actual data and all that stuff at the end, but then these will be cut down and then will be builds that you can essentially replicate. So we are going to take a little bit more time in terms of walking through them so you guys will know how to follow them step by step, and at the same time, still, if you get done, you're like, hey, well, how does this build actually perform? Well, don't worry, very, very closely afterwards, there will actually be a build out where you guys will be able to see how this performs thermally and all that sort of stuff. So lots of stuff we've kind of adapting with 2023 as we've kind of come out and looked at how our programming has worked here on the channel and how to make it better for folks like you who just want to build PCs and see that stuff. Farger, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Najia giving out a gifted sub as well. Who said to pop the blues? I'm telling you, nobody said that, I hope not. I like Beagles. I like Beagles. Beagles are my second favorite next to Corgis. Corgis are my favorite dogs. Then I like Beagles, and I really like, I've now come to love Pugs. So yeah, they are, okay, good. As long as they don't do it. Yeah. They wanted to scare you. Yeah, don't scare me. It's a flying beagle. Evo Cybernation dropping 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much for that, man. Super appreciate all of you guys for this stuff. And so thank you very much for being here and for being a part of this. It's so good to see everybody and be a part of that. We already had the wager. We already told you what the, yeah, Maggie the Pug. You guys already know, my wife has already said multiple times what my age is. I don't think a lot of people know how old I actually am, which is kind of dangerous, I think. I think most people have, I mean, it'd be curious. I'm doing good. Thank you very much, all the bloom. We share, but I wonder if I'm older than you. 20, how many people, okay, let's do, how old do you guys think I am? Brent, if you saw Brenda say how old I actually was, then don't say. If you were going to guess, how old do you actually think I am? 60, wow, BMOC, you're a jerk. 38, 35, 55, wow. Okay, so some people think I'm really old. 39, 41, 46, 32, 43, laugh out loud. 44 for real, 38, immortal. 31, 42, 38 actually, 29, 41. Wow, you guys are all like over the place. I like that everybody's like all over there. So I'm actually, just so you guys know, I am 45. I am 45 years old. It looks like some people are close. Most people take I'm in my older 30s. So yeah. Yeah, most people think I'm in my 30s, but yeah, luckily I am. My hair has stayed brown, and so nobody actually knows how old I actually am. It's the beard and the hair. It hasn't changed, which is nice. So I appreciate it. Thank you for all that stuff. I know, and that's good. That's good. Yeah. Actually, Tom's like 18, but he looks like he's 60. Sorcery. Yeah, exactly. I'm good for it. Yeah, he's actually in his 20s. But thank you very much for all of the fine birthday wishes. Thank you so much for all of the incredible, already with all of just the amazing support with the subs and stuff. And I really, really appreciate all of that stuff too. So, by the way, subscribers over on YouTube, we're working on actually having you guys get included with the subscriber stuff as well. I know that's been something we've been driving forever, but 2023 is the year where we're finally kind of crunching down on all that stuff. Blondie is working on the plan for Discord subscriptions as well. So we're gonna have some cool stuff that we're gonna be unleashing there. Also, another big announcement, guys. So I figured this would be a good time to have this, but we are actually going to be in partnership with Deb Lee, who's Andy the Lab. We're going to be opening up an East Coast studio for Robeytech as well. So you will actually see me streaming from the East Coast all next week. So you guys will see the same streaming schedule. We have some really amazing builds planned, but it'll be from a completely different location. We're going to be doing builds from there as well. So you actually, as I start to bounce around, you guys are going to see that streaming is not going to be something we're going to be kind of handing off. We'll actually be adding more streaming, so that way you guys can basically never miss them, and so we can be more consistent with that stuff. So we're actually opening we're actually opening up more locations, so that way I can stream from wherever it is. And then part of that is just even the portable streaming setup that we had, which you guys saw in when we basically did the build in Vegas. But the one that's actually that'll actually be on the East Coast will have all of the same settings. You guys will be used to it. And so you'll have Andy the Lab. We'll actually have dog cam. Rumor is we'll have dog cam as well. So you will be able to have and see the labs. They're going to be available as well. And so you'll get to meet Joe and Deb from over there. So we're going to be doing that as well. So there's a lot going on there. The other thing too is we're going to start adding car content. It'll be showing up on TikTok and Instagram. We might have some stuff where we're going to do some streaming live with that stuff, but we're going to be playing with an Alfa Romeo and a Wagoneer this weekend as well, so you guys can see some of that stuff. Hey, you're right, Ty. We might have to do a Texas one. I have to just do it at Zeiston's house or down south as well, so that way we can make sure that I can I can get some barbecue. Yeah, we're gonna be adding some car stuff just because it's a huge thing that I also am in love with. So it'll be some additional stuff. Igor dropping 2 gifted subs, taking us to levels. There it is. Thank you, GS Tickle Stick. Thank you for the sub, and Igor making sure that we get to that level 6. Is being reflective on the glass. You can see, okay, here, I'll twist it so that way it's not so distracting. There you go. But yeah, we're gonna have some of that stuff as well. We're integrating some content for there as well. So it should be cool. I don't know if the Texas Power Grid can handle the thing, but yeah, I love the name GS Tickle Stick. It's such a great name. But thank you very much for all of the birthday stuff. It's so good to see you guys. There you go, Pig Radio. I like it. I have the Amazon stuff I still have to add for that too. So, but Pig, think about some East Coast live from the East Coast. We'd love some of those, some new ones, because the first stream is on Tuesday next week from the East Coast studio. So if you want to add some of those in there, we'll get those in there, because I got to reset up the entire studio. By the way, the machine that we're running out of that is like bonkers, what she's built for that. So it's actually better than the stream machine here. So it'll be interesting to see what that ends up being, which will be fun. Yeah, this will not be 4 hours. Again, we're also trying to be done for your time, but yeah, that's what. Well, I always say that, and then it ends up taking 4 hours anyway. But thank you so much. You guys ready? We've already hit the level. We already hit the level 5 stuff and all that sort of thing. We'll be out in Maryland, Najia. That's the state we'll be based out of. So. Oh, Chanel and Josiah. Okay, so guys, Chanel and Josiah are here as well. They're getting ready to go on vacation, which I'm very excited as well. There's Andy right there. Hey, and Andy's here. We were just talking about the East Coast studio, Andy. So we got Andy here in the you're going to see her more often on the streams as well. And then we're going to do Detroit. We're going to add a Detroit studio, a Texas studio. Of all of them. But yeah, we got Josiah and Chanel, who are, like I said, they brought me an amazing latte which is one of my favorite things. We got a dad joke request as well. So GSX Therapy, thank you very much for the resub. So yeah. Oh, there we go. We got it. So Igor is saying we can set up a studio in Texas. We're gonna have to do Worldwide, Mr. Worldwide. I'm gonna be the forget about Pitbull. It's gonna be Robeytech, Mr. Worldwide. Phoenix. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. They want me to sing dad jokes? I don't even know. I don't even know how to sing a dad joke. I could sing Happy Birthday to myself, but that'd be kind of weird. My daughter sang Happy Birthday to me at like midnight, which was funny. She got up and stood. You think should I sing Happy Birthday to myself? I don't know, guys. Would that be weird? I sing dad joke parodies. Yeah, she came up and she sang like a straight up all that sort of stuff. Andy sang Happy Birthday to me. Andy, I was telling him that we may have dog cam. So, so I was actually an electrical engineer, computer science double major. Riddick, holy moly, 25 right there. Sternum dropping 5. Black Dragon dropping for 15. We got Shiny Teeth QT for a month at tier 1. So thank you very much. Wow, that's crazy. That's yeah. Thank you very much for that. I could sing Happy Birthday to Jay's Blue Sets. I could do that because it's his birthday too. Andy, anything else I should mention? No, we're gonna have fun. What is the name of the car? I can never remember the name of the car that we're gonna talk about. We're gonna play with this weekend. It's an Alfa Romeo something, but it has a name that I can never remember. So DeVille Trox, my degrees were in electrical engineering and computer science. Were my 2 degrees, and then I went and became a producer. So that's what it was. Hey, Dad, did you hear about the monkeys who share an Amazon account? They were primates. I like that. I like that one. 6650 XT and a 7600X is great. And the 7600X you can go up by quite a bit, which is great. Did you see? I did. Yeah, the 2024 that E-Ray, that's the fastest one yet. Whoa, Shiny Teeth Q dropping 25 gifted subs. Holy moly! Thank you very much, man. Wow. Holy cow. Yeah, I saw the What's Inside guys covering the electric Corvette. That's crazy. Did she say something? She might have laughed already. Oh, there it is. Alfa Romeo, Stelvio, Estrama all-wheel drive, and the Grand Wagoneer L, which I know what the Grand Wagoneer. Alfa Romeo, Stelvio, Estrama. What? That is a name. Yeah, I want an 87 Alfa Romeo Spider. Well, we're starting. We have to make sure that at least the ones that we have, the puppies fit in. That was something that was definitely important because again, that's what Andy the Lab. It's her having. Andy's got to fit in it, which is important. Level 5 hype train, guys. We've gone higher, but guys, you don't have to. You guys have been super. You guys have been super generous. So thank you very much for that. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepared to die. Yes. Oh man. Any other dog lovers? Yes, we that's the one thing that we definitely have dog lovers between Andy, myself, and others. You're gonna have to make sure you don't use tongue-tied in the first Robey Cars video upload. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Andy will make sure that does not happen for sure. Yeah, she definitely keeps things on track for yeah. Pig Radio loves dogs. Yeah, it should be good. What is a good AMD CPU for an EVGA 3070 for the Win 3? If you could, Quinton, I would do a 5800X 3D. That would be a great CPU, and then it's something you could definitely grow into if you wanted to. Yeah. Hey, Morton, thank you very much for that. So yeah. Is a 13, I'm a Shadow, that's a little bit off kilter. 13600K and a 3090 is okay. Well, it's funny. I mean, you're still gonna be okay, but honestly a 13.7 or a 13.7 would be a better pairing for that. Okay, you guys ready? Let's gamble. You guys ready to talk about what we're putting in the build today? Huh? You guys ready to start going in there and start actually doing some building today? We can't have a birthday build without a birthday build, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go. Everybody, I think we've gotten hype train. Okay, let's see if we can get to at least level 9. Can we get to level 10? Because we're not gonna get to level 45, but can we get to level 10? That's like a nice even number. It feels like 10 is a good even number, and we're already 5 points from 9. So let's see if we can get to level 10, and then we'll call it good. I think 10 is like, That's a great way to kick it and go it from there. All right, so let's talk about what we're putting in today's build. It is going to be Intel, much to BMOC's chagrin, but we are going to be doing Intel. In fact, one of the main reasons we are going to be doing Intel is just because it's actually easier to measure in Intel what the cooling capability is of AIOs. So definitely nothing against it. We will still be doing multiple AMD builds. We're trying to do, if everything goes well, and Andy's hearing this for the first time. Riddick dropping 10 more gifted subs. Thank you very much, my man. We're actually going to try and do we'll try and do an AMD build and an Intel build when we are in over on the East Coast as well. So still, we were going to do 2 Intel builds. I was like, that doesn't seem fair, so I reached out. What I want to try, and this is a question for BMOC. This is a question for BMOC and for Org Chaos, and anybody else who wants to chime in here. BMOC, I wanted to cool. Could I cool a 7900, not a 7900X, a 7900 with a T120, or would it have to be a 7700? Because I want to do and this is my idea, and Andy's hearing this for the first time. I want to do a Sakura build. So I want to do a Sakura build, which is basically cherry blossom. We're coming into that season right now. I'd like to do it in a fractal north white with an all-white build with pink and brown, like very, very thin, but I'd love to use a T120 because the North actually doesn't do well with AIOs. And so I'm thinking 7700, not an X, 7700 with a T120, potentially a 7900, and if we could pair that with a white 4080 or 4070 Ti, that would be ideal. But I wanted to see BMOC and Org think about that. Yeah, it'll be less power than a 13.6, right? Which a 13.6 we could do with a T120, but the T120, we had to put it in air-cooled mode. So I want to make sure, see what you guys did some research on that, because you guys are definitely a little bit more from there. So it should be okay. But yeah, that's my idea. And I think that would be a very, very sweet build. So we're going to do a white Hyte Y40 build as well, which I know we've done a lot of Y40s, but I really like this case. I'm getting to this love. And then we're trying to do a Fractal North build. And it will be pink cables. Yes, it will be pink cables. I reached out to Cable Mod, Andy, to see if we could get that. But it has to be pink, white, and that light brown. I think would look so good. Don't you think? Yeah, so I think 120 watt, the T120 should be fine. A two-fan T120. No, it's just because we want to make these are all about, and so I also ordered, and they're on their way to the studio area. I ordered a mouse pad to match it and stuff, which should be good. So yeah, no, it's just because we want to build builds that people want to make. You know, that's the whole thing. Well, use my FireCUDA NVMe in a system, nice fast drive with over blah 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 needs to get there. Wait. With over reads and writes, but geez, Sega needs to get their act together regarding firmware updates. Samsung Drive is just head over heels above the same. Oh, really? I have to look into that PC guy. Yeah, I think a Sakura build would be a lot of fun. Okay, guys, 2 minutes left. We're trying to get to level 10. Yeah, so that should be fine, right, Org? If I did a 7900 with a 4080, that should be totally fine. Let's see, can we get those last? Can we get to level 10? Oh, I like that. Okay, let's start talking about parts there. But anyway, starting with this. Ooh, that would be cool too. But I don't want to do an AIO. I want to do an air-cooled. I think you don't need an AIO for those. Oh, that's cool. It does, and it matches my pup's color. Oh, I like that. Okay, so anyway, i7 13700K is today's build. We're going to be testing a new cooler, which I'm actually really excited about. This is the Deepcool LS720. Yeah, there we go. So this is the LS720. Should be more than enough cooling capacity for this. I'm really excited to test this cooler. We are using this inside of our new budget builds, but we haven't actually gotten to. We were using an older one, but now we're moving over to the newer one. So we're going to be trying the new one with this and just seeing what the temps are. We'll actually test temps right at the end of this, so it should be really, really fun. So there is that. For our motherboard, one of my favorite, I love this board. I like the Z790 version of it, the Z690 version of it as well. This is the MAG Z690 Tomahawk Wi-Fi. MSI has been doing a really good job of putting their act together in terms of both features plus also the value, etc. So that should be cool. What's up, Jay? Thanks. What's up, man? So I'm actually really excited to go with this. So great. OG Gamer, thank you very much. We're getting close, guys. 40 seconds. We got to get level 10. We're just trying to get level 10. So we're going to be putting this in here. I just really like these boards. They're great value plus what they have from a feature set standpoint. So I think this is going to just do really well. Again, this build, the thing that was really important for us is to keep it at $2,500. So this is a $2,500 build. Fantastic, balanced build in terms of it does have upgradability. You have the ability to move up or down in terms of certain things, but at the same time also looks really nice was the other thing that was really important for it. Z690 is fine in terms of when you think about Z690 works with the 13th gen. A lot of times it's actually a little bit more of a practical cheaper board, but more baked, right? Z790 really only is about additional PCI lanes. There's not a lot of feature sets that mean upgrading from Z690 and Z690 boards, because a lot of them are going EOL. You can get them for really good prices right now. So, okay, let's talk about storage. So in this build, I only put in here a 1 terabyte drive. We're going to put a different build. We're going to put another 2 terabyte in here because we're going to be doing testing. We want to make sure we had a lot of space. But for this build, to keep it at $2,500, we have a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD from WD Black. The SN770, it's 5,400 megabits per second. 5,400 megabits per second, 5150 megabits per second NVMe SSD. Again, like the Tomahawk, it's just a great mixture of value plus performance, which I actually really enjoy. And at the same time, you're getting just enough at the right price, and they have great endurance as well. For RAM, it's kind of not DDR4 to me is kind of something I try not to use all that often. Now that DDR5 has become so much more cost effective, and as both AMD and Intel have started to really stretch their wings in terms of support for DDR5. In fact, you take DDR5 7000 and you mash that with a KS, you can see something up to 15 to 17% uplift in terms of game performance. So, and it's only going to get better as more applications get better at the bandwidth for these things. So a lot of times, like, people will sit there and say, hey, save your money with DDR4, but DDR5 has really now come to a price and come to its own in terms of its performance and what people are starting to pull out of it. So we're going to stick with DDR5. It's just going to be great for your performance. We're going to be doing 5,600 megahertz in this one, and 5,600 megahertz with this one, and it's 32 gigs. Yeah, you could do, again, you could do an SN850X. It's only $100. This one was just a little bit cheaper. Not really that big of a deal. If you wanted to go up to that, it's not. And we'll put that as an option in the overall costing from here. But we're also going to, just because we have it, we're going to put a 2 terabyte in there because we're going to be basically making sure we have time to test. So there it is right there. For our PSU, because we want to keep things simple. And now it's at the point for ATX 3.0. We're going to be using the Thermaltake 1000 watt Tough Power GF3. Again, most ATX 3.0 PSUs are 1000 watts. There's not a lot of 850s yet. They are coming. But it's the 1000 watts should be more than enough for this. It also provides you the opportunity that should you decide to jump up from a 4070 Ti to a 4080 or even potentially a 4090, you would be actually okay if you really wanted to. In terms of power. So this is an 80 plus gold. It does have ATX3. It has a 16-pin connection and all that sort of stuff as well. DDR5 6000 mega transfer is not too expensive as well. No, you're right. And again, I'm trying to keep this at I set a bar of 2500. So again, that's where we're right at 2500. We are, as an optional accessory, just to make sure it looks pretty, we are going to be using this PCIe 5 GPU cable, so it's a sleeve cable. It just looks a little bit nicer. If you don't use the cable, it's right at $2,500. If you do add the cable, it comes to $2,520 in terms of the overall cost of the build all up. This is before tax. Hey, Hyte is here. What's going on, Hyte? It's good to see you. Happy birthday to, I don't know why I said happy birthday to you, but I just wanted to go in there. So yeah. Yeah, these PSUs, understand, ATX 3.0 PSUs are not cheap. And if you wanted to save money, if you did want to drop your costs down, you could absolutely drop your costs down, bring up your GPU or anything like that. Again, I think that, what is the cost for this PSU? I think it's $240, $250. If you went to just a regular one, you could save $50 if you wanted to, and we'll put that in there as well. It's just a lot, the adapter is ugly. You end up spending money on other things, so in the end, it kind of works out from there. Blue Horse is also here. Dude, it's my man, Ron Christensen. super stoked to have him here as well. Yeah, the PSU is 230 bucks. So for 199, it's 199 for like a good 1,000 watt. We built in that case, Morton, already. We got Blue Horse here. We have Hyte here. I'm guessing Intel will show up at some point in time in the future. They usually always do. So it's always good. Hyte, thank you for coming. We're showing your case. We chose your case for your birthday. And I wrote Stacy about another build. So I'm hoping she's down for it. Okay, for our GPU, I'm excited to use this. I love these, and because we're using MSI we try to keep things all the same, so we're going to be using the MSI Supreme RTX 4070 Ti. These are like finally... It's funny, you say value, but it's not, it's hard to say value when you think about 4000 series. But again, in some cases more powerful than a 3090 Ti. Definitely, this will be a monster 1440p build for years and years to come. So you will be in good shape for 1440p for pretty much ever, which should be awesome. So it should be a great build, and at the same time, a great card. And I'm hoping, over time, we'll start to see prices drop. But right now, this is about the best priced 4000 series you can get. And it doesn't feel as bad as what it did when you were buying like a 4080, which should still be like $999. So, Riddick, thank you very much for gifting Blue Horse a build. This build is for everybody just to try, so they know if it's good or not like that. And then we have some cooling here, guys. Some last minute cooling stuff because we got to make sure there we got a couple F140 RGB duos. These are the newest fans from NZXT. So we're going to throw that in there, and then depending on if it fits. Optionally there, if it fits, we're going to throw this F120 RGB as an exhaust fan, but we'll just have to see if it fits. So last time we did this in the build, it's not always, depending on the size of your GPU, you may not be able to get a rear fan in there. So this is the build. What do you guys think? Hey, what's up? Why did you change your name, Bobby Cat? Thank you very much for all the birthday guys. Let's grab a drink. Thoughts on the build, and it supports the thing. Lots of boxes. Okay, well that's good. Oh, and by the way, we're putting inside of this Hyte Y40. Oh, thank you, Drum God. I appreciate that. Okay, well, this is what it's going to look like, or this is what we're going to put in it. Let's see if this all works out. That's always the fun part. This is what you guys come to see. I was playing peekaboo. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a great. Well, then I did good. Thank you, Blue and Cat. I saw your birthday wishes on Discord. Thank you for all the birthday wishes, guys. It really does mean a lot. CPU is the 13700K. We'll do a dad joke here in a second because we already have a request. Storage, David Crockett. Oops, there's our RAM. Take these out. Okay, so we can go ahead and start getting the prediction up. Will the drive, the CPU cover, clear the VRM? That is a question. We always like to ask that question. Razi, yeah, it's definitely worth it. You just need to make sure you have the cooling for it. We do have RGB fans. Okay, so we got this here, but because we have a dad joke request, we need to start with that first. Why did it? Oh, there it is. Let me find my phone. There it is. Dad joke. Okay, here we go. We're going to do our dad joke. You're going to get some Neo RAM. Let me see here. Dad jokes. We got to get one here. Going to pull one up. Okay, this one's going to be great because Mrs. Robeytech is here. Today I started an argument with my wife while riding an elevator. I was wrong on so many levels. Oh, I have to sing it? Today I started an argument with my wife while riding an elevator. I was wrong on so many levels. Pop goes the weasel. Okay, here's the other one. Poop jokes are my favorite kind of joke, but they are a solid number 2. Their poop jokes aren't my favorite kind of joke, but they are a solid number 2. That was good. Unsub. Hey, come on, that was good. Just stop. Show what lovely picture. I don't have a lovely picture. What picture am I showing? Okay, let's go to top down and let's start building this. Rare form tonight. This is normal. This isn't rare. This is normal. This is apparently Mrs. Robeytech signed me up for. Apparently Mrs. Robeytech signed me up to sing these things. Here we go. Okay. Here is our MAG Z690 Tomahawk Wi-Fi. Just so you guys know, we have already benched this build. It is completely set up and ready to go. So, oh, it was not your idea. Oh, I thought it was your idea. Whose idea was it? Oh, it was DJ Techno's idea. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, DJ. Apparently my wife liked the idea after that. A Z73 is okay for a 13900. It'll still run warm, but it'll still be okay. It just meant, well, it depends on the case it's in, though. Okay, here we go. Okay, so first thing, guys. Is this your build? You already had. Don't you have a build, Bloomcat? This motherboard's awesome. I love this motherboard. It's already updated. It's already set up. Have we already done the prediction, Blondie? Okay, prediction is up. Okay, cool. Okay, so here we go, guys. Okay, here we go. First thing we're gonna do is just gonna pop this out, lift this up, pull that down. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see if the VRM is gonna clear. Okay, so it's all ready. There we go. Yeah, if it's just for gaming, Org's not wrong. CPU doesn't do that much work. The game that it uses the most is on Cyberpunk 2077 of all the game testing we've done. Okay, so there we go. We got that ready. But you do not need. I mean, you can do a lot with just a 13.6 or a 13.7. Okay, here we go. Getting it in there. Mrs. Robeytech, I've talked to Mrs. Robeytech about doing a build. She lies. She said she doesn't want to be on there. You can flash the build. You can use the flash to build just via the BIOS stuff. It does have regular flash BIOS, which is really easy. Okay, here we go, guys. Will it clear? Is the question. No. Dang it! I thought it was gonna. Like I thought it was tight, but no, it did not clear. 13.7 is like my favorite, like kind of middle of the range, middle of the road. But if you're going to do any, I will say this: if you're going to do any content creation, a 13.9 is definitely worth it. We're going to be using the LS720 from Deepcool, and then first we're going to put this on it though. We're going to spread joy for all the boys and girls. Let's try 95. That's fine, yeah. Okay, we're going to spread this. The reason we spread it is just to make sure we get an even coating of this. gonna get an even coat of thermal paste here. Make sure we get it even when we spread it. This thing is big. Whoa, gosh darn it. Wow, that was like way off. What was that? I feel like something's stuck on this or something. There we go. Nice even coverage of the CPU. You got to make sure it's covered. So Storm Shadow, most people who do that, the biggest problem is that it actually ends up taking away from the overall cooling capacity of the AIO. It's called push-pull configuration. The problem is that if you do it with a radiator that's too thin, which a lot of people do, it actually ends up causing it so the air is turbulent and it doesn't do as good of a job of cooling. So the better thing to do is, it's totally fine to do push-pull. You just want to make sure that you do have to slow down the fans that are at the top or above that aren't the primary cooling method, or get a thicker rad. No paste taste test. I've actually only eaten thermal paste once. Apparently it's very poisonous. Okay, let's put our NVMEs in real quick. Now remember, for this build, I'm putting in 2, but that's just because we're going to be doing benchmarking, and I have a lot, like, I wanted to make sure I could just use another drive for this. But for the $2,500 price point, you do not need to install a second drive. New WoW stick being used. The WoW stick mini. All right. It's the itty bitty WoW stick. That's right. Hey, CKCC, what's up, my man? Dude, it's so good to see you. Thank you, my friend, for the kind happy birthday. Hope you're doing well. There we go. Okay, so mini WoW stick is out, guys. The mini WoW stick. The WoW stick mini. Okay, let's get the second one in. That's all good. That's a good thing, though, right? CKCC is to be busy versus not busy, because that's usually a bad thing. And idle hands, man, idle hands. Does it have a mini price? I don't actually know how much it is. It's a good question. I don't actually know how much it is. Okay, we're gonna do our peels on this one, though. I saved the peels for you guys. Okay, again, so we're going to stick our NVMe SSDs in slot 1 and slot 2. If you are following along with this and you're just doing the first build, you're just doing the $2,500 build, you do not need to install the second NVMe SSD, but you definitely want to make sure that you install it in the first slot. Because a lot of times that one ends up having the best throughput. So you're getting the majority of your speed. Now, if you end up with buying something, if like you're doing one and you want to put your fastest NVMe in the top slot, I do have a tendency to only make my OS drives 1 terabyte. Main reason being is depending on your NVMe, it's just safer because some of them are DRAMless, etc., and they slow down as they speed up, as they're more filled up. Okay, so we're going to put this in. Oh, I forgot to charge it. Oh no. Okay, well I'm gonna have to charge it. I guess I killed it already. We'll have to go back to the regular iFixit. Dale A, it doesn't, you know, obviously if you're like trying to ink out the performance, then, you know, adding your own thermal paste that's just a little bit, oh, this would be backwards. That doesn't help. Okay, there we go. You know, where usually some AI, you never know the brand and it's hard to figure out the brand, so I just usually play it safe and use my own stuff. But I do know that certain brand, like they're starting to be a little bit more transparent about that now. There we go. Okay, this one's now peeled. There we go. Okay, it's in. We have 2 NVMEs in, which remember, if you're only doing the one, it's pretty straightforward. And then, by the way, you notice I didn't put a small screw on this one. That's because there was actually a, you screw it in with this, so. Okay. Time to check clicks. Click, 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 boom. Let's get our click out. There we go. Grab our board. Okay, good. Thank you very much for letting me know, Blondie. It's not, I mean, I don't know, it seems average. I don't think, I mean, it's definitely not like your, hero board or anything like that. It's more average in terms of its weight. Evil Grill. I Am Shadow Star Wars Plays. Yes, you do have to do an update. Most of them, most boards, you just want to, if you're going to do that with a Z790, you want to make sure that the board that you're purchasing has BIOS flashback. That's really important. So when you look at this board here, you can actually see how it has this flash BIOS and this flash BIOS button. So that means I don't have to have a CPU in. I can just plug in the USB with the BIOS, hit this button, and as long as it has power, it'll flash the BIOS. So 13th gen works.